We are now on Patreon. Why? Because while our main Spotify show is family friendly, we recently had a guest on who loved to swear, and the footage was honestly too good to lock away. So, if you want early access to all of our future episodes, completely unfiltered, with all the F-bombs and darker humour left in, then head over to our Patreon. Membership is just £3 a month. So you scored 25.5 points in the last episode. Do you think he's going to beat you this time?
We'll see. I don't know. He's very patriotic, so he might really have all of this down.
Is he from Carlisle?
Think so? Yeah, well, yeah, of course he is.
I thought he'd moved there, see? I'm not too sure. But then
No.
he's a not-so-secret genius now, so I imagine he'll have a pretty good memory of the place. Depends how much he gets out. I haven't seen him outside of his room much.
That doesn't sound dodgy at all.
It doesn't sound dodgy at all. No. That sounds like he's some sort of creator on a subscription service where you send naughty pictures. He's not, just to confirm. So the good thing is, I say, with 25.5 points, I think you've got a good chance of almost getting your revenge on him this time.
Yeah, potentially. I mean, that's all I want from life, really, is to beat Nathan at something.
In just a panel-based, light-hearted, family-friendly quiz show.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to work out conversation. It's really hard to do conversation with my actual wife, and it shouldn't be the case.
Yeah, but when do we actually get to have a conversation? Because you're always off doing X, Y, and Z. Do you even know my name?
Steve?
You refer to me as your wife.
My wife.
Do I look like a Callum?
Yes. I can't believe I cocked Nathan's names up in that last round.
Yeah, but he was following the theme.
I swear to God, though, so I did a gig last week, and I'm pretty sure, I say I have with names like number dyslexia. So if somebody's name is Dave, I'll call them Nick because there's 4 letters in it. I'm terrible for it all the time. Now, the headliner was called Jenny. And then as I was shaking her hand at the end of the day and said, "Oh, pleasure to meet you," I'm pretty confident I called her Sally. Now, there was no sort of facial tick or anything for her to go, "Oh, that's a bit strange. That's not my name." But I've got that overwhelming sense of dread that is what's happened now. And that she will know me as the comedian who called her something completely different.
Yeah, but that's an actual clinical thing. I think I'm going to have to Google that because there's got to be a technical term for that.
It's really odd. I will mix words up. They won't sound alike. It's just a case of they'll have the same amount of numbers in the word. And that shouldn't be the case, should it? It should, because it's not like it's syllables. If it was syllables, it'd be easier. But I think it's how I visualize.
Yeah, so it makes more sense with syllables than it does with letters because syllables are more obvious.
Exactly.
Including words with the same amount of letters. Oh, I typed all of that in and then I pressed delete instead of search.
Should we crack on with the episode then?
Yeah.
Welcome to the Big Little Talk podcast, the podcast where we ask, how well do you know where you live? My name's Gareth P. Morris. Today's guest is the winner of Channel 4's Secret Genius, Nathan Wright. Nathan, how are you doing? You okay?
Yeah. I'm good.
Good. What have you been up to today?
Not much today, but I've recently, in the past few days, spent most of my days actually playing the old Tomb Raider game.
Oh, nice.
I say the old one. Basically, I had this real nostalgic hankering because when I was a kid, it was one of the first things I remember is watching my dad play the old Tomb Raider games, on the PlayStation. Very good. And I obviously ended up growing up and playing them myself. And recently, it was feeling very nostalgic. So I had a look and I saw that there were they've done these remastered versions of the first 6 games, which are the classic 6. And I was like, oh, that's interesting, but I'm not sure if I want to splurge the money at the moment, and maybe I'll come back to them. But then I think it was a couple of days later, I woke up and I was like, I really fancy playing Tomb Raider, and I had a look again, and both these games were on sale 70% off for it was £13 total for the first 6 games remastered. So I thought, well, if that's not a sign from God that I need to play Tomb Raider again, I don't know. So I got them, and I'm addicted. It's so fun.
Have you locked the butler in the fridge yet?
Oh, yeah, I have. That's the first thing. Although there's an achievement for it in the remastered version, because obviously they've kept they're faithful to the originals. It's like the same mechanics and a lot of the same bugs and stuff, so that it's like the original. But they've modernized it where it doesn't change the gameplay. So there's like Steam integration and achievements and all of that. And apparently there's an achievement for locking the butler in the fridge. But I must have done it wrong because I didn't get it. So I'll have to Google that one.
Is it the first one where you have to run away from a T-Rex? Is that the first one?
Well, yeah. So there is a yeah. I don't. Yeah, you have to run away. You have to actually fight the T-Rex in the first one. But there, I think there are T-Rexes in the other. There's certainly a T-Rex, plural T-Rexes in the second one, but you have to go out. You're not meant to fight them.
What is the plural of T-Rex? T-Rai?
Tyrannosauri?
Rexorus?
Saurai? Tyrannosauries? I think Rex is like. I think it's like. You don't pluralize. There's some words.
Is it like
where,
sheep? You know, like sheep. You got just sheep.
No. I think it's there are certain words that come from French, and you pluralize. I can't think of a good example, but like you pluralize the first word, and the second one stays singular because it's the adjective.
So I've just Googled it, guys, and the official plural of Tyrannosaurus Rex is T-Rexes or Tyrannosaurus Rexes.
That seems so basic. So I was just saying,
Yeah.
if it was like sheep, where it was Tyrannosaurus Rex and it was just plural, like Jurassic Park's missing a trick there, isn't it? It's like, oh my God, there's Tyrannosaurus Rex coming after us. Oh, that's okay. There's only one. Well.
Yeah, but it doesn't work when there's only one. The subject matter is Tyrannosaurus Rex, because one of them will ruin your day. You don't need more than one.
Oh, he's fine. One's all right. We'll just throw a ball.
Yeah. People always do this. Like they say, oh, the plural of octopus is octopi, and then some smart fellow comes in and says, oh, actually, it's Greek, so it should be octopodes. And the reality is that English pluralization rules are that you just add s or es onto everything, and you shouldn't like the Latinate pluralization as well. You shouldn't actually like matrices. Technically, matrices would be the correct way. But of course, anyone who wants to sound educated would say matrices, like me. So
I'd say matrices as well. But
Would you though? Would you?
Yeah, because like matrices, I remember doing that in uni, or having that term in uni for something else. I think it was when he was designing concrete. There was multiple different matrices you had to use.
I had a lecturer who was Eastern European who would say it like mattresses, which was funny.
Right, get your mattresses out.
Here's
what I got from home.
I'm still sitting over here traumatized that you said your nostalgia of your dad playing Tomb Raider on PlayStation.
Yeah,
I remember when it launched on PC. PlayStation didn't exist.
Yeah, well, okay.
How was your dad, Nathan? 38?
No, he's I want to say 60. Yeah, 60. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not so much
66.
dad as you.
Yeah, I'm a young'un. I know. What about it? We can't all be born in the 1800s like you, Amy.
I always say if there's ever any discussion on age, because I'm younger than Amy, I just wanted to put that in. But I'll say, I'll just go, old as dust.
Like, is it like Emmanuel Macron?
What does he say? Oh yeah, what's the difference between him and his wife? There's quite a few years, isn't there?
Well, she was his teacher.
Was she really? That's some Woody Allen stuff going on there.
She was his teacher, and I think they started having a thing when he was 15. Is something I read.
Was it during the oral exam?
But see, in France, that's normal, isn't it? In fact, I think it's frowned upon if you. This is me being my French hatred again. I think it's frowned upon if you're the same age. To be honest, it's age gap relationships in France seem to be a thing. I don't know why.
We are treading into very dangerous territories as a family-friendly podcast.
We are.
Right. And today's co-host is Amy. Amy, welcome back.
Thank you very much.
How are you doing? You okay?
Yeah, I'm just on the edge of my seat to see if my unassailable first place position is up for grabs.
You did really well. I think Nathan's going to have a really difficult time because Ammanford's a small place. Carlisle is a city, isn't it?
Carlisle is a city, owing to the fact it has a cathedral, beautiful cathedral, with I think it's something like 1,000-odd stars on the roof. And I only know that because I've sat in there in a couple of services and counted them because I was bored. They weren't even it wasn't like religious ceremonies. Otherwise, that would be disrespectful, perhaps. It was just the events there. But yes, Carlisle is a city, and it's also helped by the fact I haven't lived there for most of the last 8 years.
I was thinking that as well. Yeah, this is gonna be difficult.
Between Lancaster and Leeds, I'm an exile, but it's in my heart, so the heart
Okay.
never leaves.
So comedians and entertainers tend to travel for hours on end to attend shows, but do they know what's on their front door? Our team of intense researchers, which definitely isn't just me doing a 30-minute Google AI search, have prepared the following questions to see if you know your area. Today's location is Carlisle, where half of the population identifies English, half of the population identifies Scottish, and the weather identifies as Welsh. Amy, would you like to take us through the snapshot, please?
I will. So, Carlisle is a historic border city in Cumbria, England. Situated just south of the Scottish border, the specific city settlement has, try saying that 3 times fast. The specific city settlement has a population of approximately 80,000. It has a rich history of architecture, including Carlisle Castle, Cathedral, and of course, Hadrian's Wall.
I'm going to stop you right there because that might be what you said about half the population identifies as Scottish is more offensive than anything I've said about the French people. No one in Carlisle identifies as Scottish. We are English. And okay, there are probably some Scottish people who've moved to Carlisle, but no, we are English and we are proud of that.
Really? Now, I thought that as when I was doing the searches, it was popped up that it did pop up that they said that it felt that half of the area identifies as Scottish. And I thought that was potentially like Liverpool. You know, at Liverpool, a lot of them think of themselves as Welsh or not English.
I think I wouldn't say. I think a lot of people in Carlisle would say we're not Scottish. We're 6 miles from the border, and it's a city defined by being not Scotland and where the Scots fight to try and get into England.
Yeah, so you think they'd be a bit more protective as well? Actually,
I think there's more. I think it's more like there's a distinct kind of Cumbrian identity, and with that, there's a kind of like a borders identity in border people living across the border. And there's not a huge animosity against our Scottish friends over the border, but they are Scottish and we are English.
You're giving me almost Game of the Thrones guard the wall vibes.
Well, that's what it was, Carlisle Castle. That's exactly what it did for hundreds of years. And then we decided actually they weren't so bad after all, and maybe we'll let a few of them into the country, and here we are.
So, round 1, local legend or load of lies. So I've got 3 pieces of information here. They could all be real, they could all be fake. You've got to sniff them out. Each question is worth a point. Are you ready, Nathan?
I'm ready.
Right. So, question 1. During World War I, the British government nationalised all pubs and breweries in Carlisle.
God, see, that feels weirdly like something that did happen. I don't know why, but that kind of rings a bell. But I know that doesn't necessarily mean it's true. There might be a similarly related pub fact about Carlisle. Carlisle has links to World War One. It's always been a military city, in ages past. And I think Woodrow Wilson, the U.S. president during World War One, has links to Carlisle. I think either like maybe his grandmother was born there or something, or even his mother. So I'm saying all that to make me look more intelligent when I inevitably get this question wrong. I think it's true.
Think it's true?
I think it's true. It rings a bell. I don't know why.
It is absolutely true. So, a massive munitions factory was built at nearby Gretna, and the influx of thousands of workers led to widespread drunken chaos, threatening shell production. To sober up the workforce, a state management scheme took over. Pub managers became civil servants who received no bonuses for selling alcohol, but did get incentives to sell food. This disinterested management gave birth to the design of the modern British family pub. Astonishingly, the government did not sell the pubs back to private enterprise until 1973.
And of course, it didn't work because the drunken chaos is still there.
Well, interesting. On that point, I just did a quick Google on your Woodrow Wilson fact, and it was his mother Janet who was born in Carlisle, and now he has a Wetherspoons there named after him.
One of the 2 Wetherspoons, I'm taking over. I think they are like the pair of closest Wetherspoonses in the country. Like, the gap between them is the least of any gap between Wetherspoonses, because there's literally 2 on the same street, and like they're like 100 meters apart. There's the
Wow.
So
Woodrow
you
Wilson.
remember this, Nathan, because back in my day, there was Weatherspoons and then there was their music playing versions, which were Lloyd's bars.
Well,
and
yeah,
they
there's
were
both.
generally so
Yeah.
close.
Yeah.
Now they're just all one and the same, aren't they?
Yeah, there's the Woodrow Wilson, which is one of them, and then there's the other, which when someone says it to me, I will remember it, but I can't off the top of my head.
In terms of both Weatherspoons, though, which one is the easiest toilet to get to?
I don't know that I've been in the one that isn't the Lloyd's, which I think is the Woodrow Wilson. It isn't the Lloyd's. Is it something like the William something?
The William Rufus.
That's the one. Is that the Lloyd's one?
I don't know, because do they even define them as separate entities now?
There's still it says Lloyd's number 1 bar on the front, or it did when I used to go there.
I mean, looking at it, it looks more like the Lloyd's bar branding,
Yeah.
William Rufus.
But yeah, so that one, the toilets there are actually they're obviously they're up some stairs and along a corridor, but as Spoon's toilets go, they're like within the same geographical region.
Did you know as well? I just double checked this because I wasn't sure if I made this fact up, but every single Weatherspoons pub has a bespoke, custom designed carpet.
Yeah,
Did you know that?
I think there's like an Instagram account or something that like documents it. They go around all the Spoonses and
Yeah, there's a book as well. Looking at this, all about.
well, maybe it's that then. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. There's an Instagram. There's a website. Each custom installed carpet costs between 20 to 30 grand.
That's commitment to the bit, isn't it?
Yeah, I just tile it and get a sports package.
Nah. Spoon's carpets are what make this country great. Yeah.
So, question 2. Carlisle's crest, the coat of arms, was designed by John Sargent and Spencer Ewan, the latter being an artist from North Wales. In July 1924, he and John completed the final artwork, with 2 wyverns being inspired by the Welsh dragon. True or false?
Now, there are 2 wyverns. That is true. And they are, in fact, I think they're red as well, which lends credence to the Welsh dragon thing. It sounds believable, and it almost sounds too believable, is what's on the back, what's in my head. There are definitely wyverns. The crest has wyverns on it, red wyverns. Carlisle, it's Carlisle, the name Carlisle comes from Welsh, so there's a bit of a Welsh link there. Old Brythonic, the Old North, but it sounds too perfect. Like, you've even got the names in there and everything. I don't know if I'm metagaming it in my head too much. It could be true. I think I'm gaming myself out of it. I'm gonna say it's true.
You guess it's true, yeah?
There's enough truth in there that you probably tricked me, but I'm gonna say it's true.
Okay. It is false. Whee! Do you know what? I'm really chuffed. I've fleeced a secret genius, but then I've been married to Amy for 8 years, and I've fleeced her for that time. So, right. Question 3.
Why is it false? Oh, you completely made it up. All right. Okay.
The wyvern bit.
One little bit of it.
The wyvern bit is true.
Yeah, the wyvern bit is true. There's no John Sargent or Spencer Ewan. There's no artist from North Wales. It was around the 1920s when the emblem was designed. So I did think that you'd have gone, oh, well, I know that in the 1920s it was created or it was redesigned. That's why when I said it sounds almost too perfect, like it's scripted. That's exactly what I was thinking. But then I thought, I'm gaming myself, and then I've double gamed myself, and here I am.
Well, I don't think Gareth will mind me mentioning, but like obviously when he plans these things out, apart from my episode, he like runs things past me, and I'm always winding him up for not actually listening to the words that come out my mouth. And obviously I've just done the same thing because he'd actually told me that fact, and I just accepted that it was a fact. I didn't obviously miss the bit at the beginning where he said, I've written this fact.
Yeah, that's.
So I was really surprised when you said that was false. I was like, oh, it was totally believable.
Also, I didn't know that the difference. Amy corrected me. Well, not corrected, but stated. I didn't know the difference between a wyvern and a dragon. It's just they don't have the front paws.
To do with the arms, and then there's a worm which has none at all, and that's WYRM.
Yeah,
and that has
Really?
no legs. Yeah,
Actually,
so a wyvern has the 2 claws,
that's 2 back legs, and then the hands on the wings, isn't it?
and a dragon has 4.
Yeah, didn't know that. That's quiz of the day. And question 3. A local baker in Carlisle once had a special train line built straight into his factory just to move biscuits.
That sounds like rubbish. There's a big McVitie's factory in Carlisle. It's one of the big factories there, and you can smell it on a good day when it's doing its biscuit making. And obviously industries have passed, like steelworks, for example, would always have, train lines going in. But biscuits, they're not that heavy. They're not unwieldy. You can kind of put them in boxes quite easily. I think that's... But then it sounds so stupid that it's probably true, but I'm going to say it's false.
It is true.
I knew it!
Carr's Biscuits. So Carr's Biscuit Factory was so massive and globally vital that at its heyday, it had its own dedicated railway that connected directly into the main network.
Did that become the McVitie's factory then? Because I can't think of another big biscuit factory in Carlisle, but it maybe this was too.
Let's have a look. Did McVitie's... Yes, the original Carr's Biscuit Factory in Carlisle officially became the McVitie's factory in the 1970s then.
There we go.
Was that like Carr's Crackers?
Yeah,
C-A-R-R.
the water biscuits.
Yeah.
They're cracking it. Excuse the
No
pun.
pun
I
intended.
genuinely meant that they were
Well,
nice.
I hope they are. That's what they're supposed to do. Hey.
So it was sold to United Biscuits in 1972. Then it was rebranded into McVitie's, and that's the current ownership. I'm pretty sure.
That's a proper business name, isn't it? Back when now everything's called like Floop or Wazam and United Biscuits. It's like Union Carbide, General Electric, United Biscuits.
It sounds like the EDL of biscuits.
Oh God, I would.
Oh.
You know what? I would be a biscuitist.
What's your favourite biscuit, Nath?
Well, I'm not going to say a Jaffa cake because they are cake, but they do fulfill a biscuity sort of snack niche. You know those like Fox's Ring biscuits, or knockoff versions. To be fair, I think
The
M&S
ultimate
do one
chocolatey
of those.
ones.
They're amazing.
Yeah. They're really nice.
They don't last 2 seconds in this house.
I can't buy them because I'll eat the whole pack and gain about 70 kilograms.
In one sitting.
In one sitting, yeah. This is when you find out that actually the biscuit factory in Carlisle is no longer standing because I ate it.
I was going to say, you're when it comes to the Fox's biscuits, that's why there is a train line going straight into your house.
Yeah. They just unload. I like to think that even if I'm not getting the points, I'm at least demonstrating local knowledge in failing.
I'd say, see, we got McVitie's. Yeah, that's fair. This episode is sponsored by the New Comedian's Guidebook. Ever wanted to try comedy? Are you a new comedian who wants the upper hand? The New Comedian's Guidebook gives you all the advice you need to hit the ground running and get funny fast. To date, it's had over 10 5-star reviews on Amazon. That's the New Comedian's Guidebook. Available now. Round 2. This is called Where You Off-End. So, in this round, I've picked an independent shop from your high street and I've added 2 fake ones. The question is, which one is the real one? So 1 question, you get 3 points if you get this right. So, are you ready for your options?
Yes, go on.
I really like this one. So, your options are: option 1, the oily chimp. Option 2, the buttered cat.
If option 3 is the fat gadgie, then that's the real one.
Option 3, the lubed salmon.
Amazing. It's not the fat gadgie, but that's another great one. So there was... So can you say them again?
Yeah, of course I can. It's option 1, the oily chimp. Option 2, the buttered cat. Or option 3, the lubed salmon.
They're all great, aren't they?
They're amazing names.
I feel like, and I'm kind of thinking, a lot of things that have stuff like chimp in the name got closed because it's one of those names that like there are a lot of things where they had like chimp in the name and they were, whether true or not, and sometimes they were and sometimes they weren't, associations. For even stuff like, there's a bar in Leeds called El Gato Negro, which literally is Spanish for the black cat, but it got changed to just the black cat because obviously that word in English has a different meaning.
Do you know what? I think I saw that on the news. It went viral, didn't it, when it had to change its name?
Possibly. I imagine there would be a lot of uproar about it. Probably because, at the end of the day, it was a totally innocent Spanish name. So, is that language policing? I'm not going to get into that. That's not what I mean.
Yeah, I'm not touching that with a 10-foot barge pole.
Yeah, so something like that. It makes me think that that's the sort of name where it would have had some dodgy historical connection and got canned, or even if it didn't, that someone would have thought it might. So
it is current. So this venue or
Yeah.
this place is trading as we speak.
can't think any self-respecting person, and apologies if you are the proprietor of the lubed salmon, but I just can't think anyone would do that and get away with it. And if you have done that, then I respect you so much.
I've just got an image in my head now of a salmon you trying to hold on to.
That's so funny. That's such a good name, and I really want that to be the one, but I just can't think that it is. It just feels, even for Carlisle, a little bit much. So what was the second one? The buttered cat. I mean, it doesn't make a lot of sense, but like having cats in the name, you see that a lot. As I just said, the black cat, the buttered cat. I mean, it doesn't make sense, but it doesn't have to, does it? Butter is a thing. Cats are often in
But
in
lube
names.
is a thing.
Lube is a thing, but you don't eat lube, do you? So what's
You eat cats?
no? But you eat butter. You put butter on
Cats.
bread treats and stuff. What's the lubed salmon selling? And I don't want the answer to this, but
It could be like a tackle shop, maybe a fish tackle. Like I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think we're nearing. Well, no, you could. I guess you could fish in the.
Is it like a love honey shop for people who don't wash? Maybe
the lubed salmon. I just, yeah, I don't know. I can't think what the lubed salmon would say. I mean, it could be a pub. It could be a pub, actually.
It could be a fishmonger.
It could be a bar. But I think it's the buttered cat.
You think it's a buttered cat?
I hope it isn't, because the others are funnier. But I think it's the buttered cat.
It is a buttered cat. So the buttered cat, it's located in Kinmont Arcade in Carlisle, which is part of the historic Treasury Court. It's a dog-friendly cafe, voted the News and Star's best coffee shop of 2025.
I'm sorry, it's dog-friendly, and it's called the buttered cat.
I was going to say the same thing.
That's what they serve.
That feels like a hate crime. Like, come on in, all you cats. Now come on in, all you dogs. Feast.
I had a look at their profile as well online, and apparently the hot chocolates are outstanding. Are you a hot chocolate fan, Nathan?
It's the only hot drink I really drink, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I don't drink tea or coffee. Never have. I don't. It's not. I want to say never will. I've just never got the attraction. They don't taste nice to me.
You kind of get used to coffee, I find. Like tea,
that's
I
the
used to have it
thing.
really sugared.
Like, I can getting used to beer, because that at least makes me feel funny. But coffee, it would just send me nuts. And tea, well, either of them, I'd probably end up addicted, and it would just end up costing me money. So, yeah, I've never got it. It's not like I get why people do it, but for me, myself, it's just never been a thing. And
Some
no
advice,
point to
I get
change
why
it.
people do it.
No, it is a bit of a vice, isn't it? Because you do get people who are like addicted to coffee. They can't function without coffee.
Oh, I can't cut it out. If I and Gareth will attest to this, if I go a day where he's accidentally given me decaf, and I swear he does it on purpose, I will have the worst headaches.
But that's a drug addiction. I mean, it is.
Well, I'm gonna have to rebrand that given my profession.
The drug is caffeine. So it's not like I drink. I don't take like a teetotal attitude. Although I'm not going to start talking about recreational drugs, but it's never been my scene. Never done a drug, and you never should, kids. This is a family, unless it's prescribed by a doctor to treat a medical condition, or prescribed by an Amy to treat a
Shut you
medical
up.
condition. Then yeah, don't do drugs, kids.
I'm debating putting that as a tagline for the start of the podcast.
You know what? Do it.
The educational line.
Have a little drink with a substantial meal. Maybe. Don't do drugs, kids.
That was 3 points, and at the end of that round, you now have 4 points. So you were the winner of Secret Genius, and well done for achieving that. So can I ask, what gave you the drive to apply, Nathan?
What gave me the drive is, wouldn't even really say there was a drive so much as there was a moment of madness. My mum sent me the link to apply to it, kind of tongue in cheek, like, "Oh, you think you're so smart? Maybe." I don't think she ever thought I'd actually do it, and I thought, that could be fun. Why not? Why not? Side quest. So I did.
That's a great way of seeing it. A side quest
Yeah.
off the normal, off the standard journey.
Bit of fun. Yeah, why not? Could be a laugh.
Am I right in thinking your IQ is listed as 172?
I think so.
Have you ever Googled to see, like, a lot of people like Google their names and stuff. Have you Googled to see who has like a similar IQ to yourself?
No, I haven't. And the reason for that is, as a measure on its own, it's not the be all and end all of everything, right? You can have a high IQ and still be stupid, is what I always think. Because you can be, really ignorant or unwilling to listen or emotionally unintelligent. So it's not the be all and end all. But also, a lot of the time you get like these historical, like, oh, Einstein had such and such IQ. But was he ever actually tested? Maybe but there's certainly some out there, like historical figures who existed before IQ did. Well, you can't know that. They were never tested within that framework. So you're just guessing. And it's nice to be compared to people like that. Don't get me wrong, but Einstein changed the course of history. I haven't quite done that yet.
You've changed the colour of your room.
I've changed the colour of my room and I changed my underwear this morning. But other than that, I don't know if I did. I can't remember.
I get that though. When it comes to IQ, I think if I was to take a test, I'd be happy with my score. But when it comes to applying it and other factors, I think I'd struggle. Like when you see some people, like I work in a job where there can be a physicality involved. And when you see some people who've got that hands-on experience and they apply their minds in a completely different way, but then they wouldn't be able to load out like on a PC,
Yeah.
But they're completely outdoing me on a site. It's I think I'm jealous of that though. I'd prefer to be able to, like, when it comes to car maintenance, I think car maintenance isn't necessarily a difficult task, but that hands-on ability to problem solve is something I wouldn't have.
This is an interesting thing, is because I think you're picking these examples, but actually I think what intelligence really is being more of a generalist and being able, like, if you gave me a car and said fix it, I wouldn't be able to do it on the spot, but I could probably be trained, and if I hit the gym a little bit, so I've actually got the muscles for it, I could probably be trained to fix cars quite well. I could probably learn it because I find I tend to learn things quite well, and I'm blessed with this quite versatile and malleable mind. For now, we'll see if that holds out as I gradually lose my marbles. It comes for us all. But it is that versatility. So it's not, and this is the thing. I've known people who potentially is some of the leaders in their fields, but who quite dumb because they're good at that and nothing else. They've got like no street sense, or they make really simple mistakes in other areas because they've specialised, but they're not a good generalist.
Yes, I'd absolutely take that. I think that's a really fair assumption. I did have a look at your IQ and I did do some comparisons. So you have got apparently a similar IQ to Sir Isaac Newton.
No,
John,
no.
No?
Sir Isaac Newton probably has an IQ. I've seen a thing that suggests he would have an IQ of like 200, but that's all nonsense, obviously. But Isaac Newton is arguably one of the most foremost minds of all time. He is the giant who many others have stood on.
What about this one then? John Quincy Adams. He's the 6th US president. He spoke 7 languages fluently.
That's a more reasonable thing because I don't know enough about him. I tend to be quite good at languages. I wouldn't say I speak any other language than English fluently, but I can get by in quite a few.
What about this one then? Also, Rowan Atkinson.
I mean, he's clearly, because he plays Mr. Bean, it would be easy to say, oh, he's silly old man. But no, you've got to be so clever to do that, haven't you?
Although, in comparison, Sir Isaac sounds a lot more prestigious than like Mr. Bean, doesn't it?
Yes. But I think he is. And I don't think Rowan Atkinson, when he listens to this podcast, I don't think Rowan Atkinson will be me for saying that he's not on the level of Isaac Newton. If I had to pick one of the smartest people of all time, it would probably be Newton. Hence why I say you cannot compare me to Isaac Newton. Particularly as a man of a physics background, you cannot compare me to Isaac Newton. But that's where the intelligence comes in, is having the mind that makes it click, and what clicks for you might be common nature for the person in the future, but that's because they had it written down for them. And it's not so much what you know from like what you've learnt from textbooks, because that's been written, but it's it's like discovering the new. It's coming up with new knowledge. That I think is one of like real signs of intelligence for me, anyway.
Round 3, we will do phoning it in. So, in this round, I've called a local shop for a chat. You've got to guess who they are. You get 5 points if you can name the shop, and 5 points if you can guess what they sell.
Oh, so bless their soul.
Yeah, I've got an audio clip here. Fair play to Michael. He was good. It's a hard one. Ready?
Hello, Michael. How are you?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Good. Can I confirm you are at a venue or a shop or a cafe or a place in Carlisle? Is that correct?
That's correct.
Brilliant. And what's around you?
We're tucked away between Long Lane and Fisher Street. Just short walk from significant landmarks like the Carlisle Castle, the cathedral.
Okay. And what shops are around you?
There's a bookshop, there's a restaurant, and Italian, as well as I think there's a chocolatier nearby as well.
I reckon he strikes me as a chocolate person, Nathan does. When it comes to landmarks, are there any other landmarks nearby that he could sort of navigate to the shop?
Yeah, there's the Carlisle Cathedral, as well as Tully Museum.
Now, if I told you the person I was interviewing had the same IQ as Mr. Bean, what would you say?
Is he someone off of Love Island?
That was excellent, Michael. Thank you very much for your time.
All right, thank you.
Cheers.
So that's Michael. A really lovely guy to chat to. Any idea, Nathan?
First of all, I wish I was off Love Island. Wish I had that body. I wish if I could have this brain but that body. Whoa, that'd be cheating, wouldn't it? Really?
All the single ladies.
Yeah, all the single ladies. It was. I don't know. I can't remember what the dance is.
Oh, I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna try and. Yeah. So what's any? I'm happy to play it again if you want me to.
No,
any
I
thoughts?
got the information, but I honestly haven't a clue. I'm not so familiar with, like, even of areas in Carlisle, that's probably one of the ones I'm less familiar with, just because I think there are so many little shops in and around there. As it sounded like, a chocolatier isn't generally something that there's loads of in this city, but yeah, it's you tend to find there's lots of niche things around there. Fisher Street, I don't think. I'm thinking where there's like the Shiver Sports Shop, but I don't think that's that area. That's more by the bridge, the Cathedral Tully House. So I know roughly where I know where it is, roughly, but I couldn't tell you what shop it is.
Do you want to hazard a guess at what Michael does or sells?
I don't even think I could guess, because it'd be so wrong. But let me just guess for the sake of guessing that they sell shoes.
Final answer.
Final answer.
It was the Crown Lane Cellar. Have you ever been there?
No.
Oh, so it's situated on Fisher Street. They are a speakeasy, coffee, cocktail and wine bar. Now, according to the website, every week they host live music, jazz and blues evenings, and they have a lot of collaborative art events with local performers. When I was chatting to Michael and looking at what they did, I was like, this strikes me as a place that Nathan would go, like jazz evening, White Russian.
Well, it does sound like, I'd be interested to know how long it's been around, because if it's been around more recently, then I've not obviously spent a lot of time in Carlisle recently, and so most of my social life has been outside of it, which would explain why I haven't been there.
They opened on November the 7th, 2025, so they've been open just over 6 months.
Yeah. See, I think I've been to Carlisle once in the last 6 months, so
shocking.
It looks incredible, man.
Yeah.
I googled it.
It looks really nice.
It sounds really nice. Carlisle has a surprisingly active and quite indie in many ways, but surprisingly active music scene for what it is. I mean, there's a cool alternative sort of venue, I think called The Source or something like that, which has been around a fair bit, I think. There's the Old Firehouse, which is an old firehouse which has been repurposed into a venue. The Brickyard, I think, is another. There's all these sorts of like quite cool, I've not been to a lot of them, but probably quite cool, probably quite grungy venues I don't really know exactly what that word means, but it means the sort of feeling I get when I think of what they're probably like.
Oh, I always think Nirvana when I think grunge. Looking at some of the venues around Carlisle, I'd absolutely be up for a weekend up there. It looks like a nice place to go.
Honestly, it's as a resident of Carlisle, I'm the first person to rag on Carlisle for being a crap city in the middle of nowhere. But that's really unfair on it, because actually it struggles from being geographically isolated. You know, your nearest city's Newcastle, and that's like 60 miles at least. I mean, it's literally the other coast of the country. So it does struggle from that sense, but actually there's a really strong sense of community, and I think there's a real passion in Carlisle to grow Carlisle and to make it like its own sort of, the jewel of the area, which, okay, there's not a whole lot of competition, as I say, geographically, but it feels like there is a real passion to make it nicer, to make it a place where there are things. There's always more and more stuff to do. Every time you go back, there's something new, there's something popping up, there's a new development going up. So it really is, as much as it's nice to rag on it as a Carlisle native and say, oh, we're all just a bunch of farmers who live in the middle of nowhere. It's actually, it's a really nice community, and I sound like I've been paid off all that I've got a gun to my head from one of those farmers off screen.
Right. Round 4 and the final round. This is called Fact File. So in this round, Nathan, you'll be hearing a series of facts about Carlisle read out by Amy. Your job is to retain them and answer questions about them after. One fact will be incorrect, so listen closely. Also, Amy can help you win a bonus point here by reading out the facts within less than 30 seconds. So, Amy, are you ready?
Don't do me any favours.
Well, you've heard me talk, so I'm quite quick off the mark on this. So do you want me to slow down?
Just make sure that I can understand it.
Okay. Not like sounding like a minion.
When you're ready, Aim, I will press go on the stopwatch. Let me know when you're ready.
Go. Carlisle Castle weighs approximately 7.3 million kilograms. There are 1,500 listed buildings in the district. The record-breaking number of goals scored against Carlisle United by Hull City in January 1939 was 11, resulting in the club's worst ever defeat. The percentage of Carlisle's population currently aged 65 or older is 24.5%, according to the latest demographic stats, meaning the city is aging faster than the national average. Local police laws changed in 1856 when a street brawl occurred on Botchergate. There are 261 miles between Carlisle and London and 281 miles between Carlisle and Northampton.
You got it in 33 seconds, which I'm pretty sure is the same as what Nathan had in the last one.
Yeah. Oh, there we are. Fair.
So,
fair.
Yeah. What's your thought on the false fact? Any idea, Nathan?
How on earth am I supposed to know the weight of Carlisle Castle?
So it wouldn't be. I wouldn't be that harsh.
Yeah.
In fact, anyone who had a basic geographical knowledge and listening at home would be able to get it.
I think it would be there was the one at the end, which was the Northampton, the miles to Northampton. That doesn't make sense because Northampton is between Carlisle and London.
That is it. I'll give you a point for that. So that's or three points. 3 points for the false fact now going forward after today.
After the drama of mine.
Well, it was self-inflicted drama. I just kind of went, how do I mark this? It's my own quiz. Right, let's get to the questions while Nathan's got it all retained. So, question 1, what percentage of the population is 65 or older?
25.4.
Oh, do you want to have another go?
26.4.
Close to the first time.
24.6.
Give me one more try.
Oh, this is unfair.
Yeah, this is unfair.
Okay, 0.
25.6.
No, okay, that's fine. Yeah, there's 0. So it was 24.5.
No, I had the numbers, didn't I? 4.5.
Okay, question 2. Approximately how many kilograms make up Carlisle Castle?
Oh, gee, it's 705 million. That doesn't make sense. 700 million? What?
I enunciated every number.
I know you did, but I can't remember numbers.
Says the secret genius.
7.54 million.
Oh, no, it's 7.3.
I reckon you give him half points for that.
I got the 7.
You got 7.
7 million kilograms. If you were rounding down and not using points,
Okay.
you would have been
You're
correct.
too kind, baby.
I will give a point for that. So currently, yeah, okay. Question 3, how many listed buildings are there?
1500.
Spot on. Question 4. Why did local police laws change in 1856?
Because there was a brawl on Botchergate. However, there's still brawls on Botchergate every weekend, so that didn't work.
Is that like the local club strip, is it?
It's the road with the bars on it. I mean, it's not the road with the but it is the road with the bars on it, if you get me.
Incidentally, nerdy fact, because when we were Googling Wetherspoons earlier,
That's
the other one, William Rufus was the son of William the Conqueror who invaded Carlisle through Botchergate,
Really?
which is where the William Rufus is.
but also by nature of them being really close, so is the other spoons. They're both on Botchergate.
Question 5. How many goals did Carlisle concede against Hull?
11.
That is correct. Brilliant. So, whilst I tally up the points, Nathan, you're working on an indie game at the moment. Is that correct?
So yes and no. So I am working on a game, but that's kind of a larger project. Hopefully, I'm hoping to release something later this year. Well, by the end of the year, it would be for that one. But I have actually just released a game. The game is called Decay, as in tooth decay, or more accurately, nuclear decay, which is what the game is about. It's just a silly little idle incremental game. You have a particle launcher, you launch particles, you earn points, money, and you upgrade it and launch bigger ones. But it's basically, I actually, when I was at uni, I took an optional computing module, and we had to make a Python program for that, Python being the programming language. And so I made a thing that it would simulate a nuclear decay chain and the abundances of elements over time. Anyway, it stuck in my head. I enjoyed visualizing the various decay chains, and obviously this was years ago now, but it came back to me recently. I was like, oh, it'd be quite cool to have a tool that I can visualize a nuclear decay chain. And then I realized as soon as that, well, I could gamify it a bit. And so I scraped a load of data from the IAEA, so that's the International Atomic Energy Agency, I want to say. And those are the guys that they go in and do the inspections of the nuclear power plants in countries that say they're definitely not making nuclear weapons.
Enough said.
But they have this nuclear data API, and you can go and get all the data. So I got all the data, so it's all real data.
Wow.
So it's realistic. And, there are thousands of nuclear isotopes in the game, and they all have real model decay chains. Now, I will caveat that there are things, for example, elements have what's called a half-life, which is how long they take to decay. And in reality, these things can be as small as literally fractions of a fractions of a fractions of a nanosecond, the smallest imaginable time, to hundreds of millions of years. Now, I wasn't going to make my players wait hundreds of millions of years, so I've kind of compressed them down so they're all on a scale. But other than that, it's pretty realistic.
If you were, say, taking something like GCSE science, would it be beneficial? Because you do learn about gamma and stuff in that.
Would it be beneficial? Not. I mean, it would have some educational benefit. It's quite a specialized thing, right? So obviously, how does a particle decay is a very small part of the curriculum. But it does have, I like to hope it, and I think it has some educational value. And it gives you, because it's kind of a game, and because you're rewarded for having longer decay chains, it does make you think about, well, I want to achieve this element. What path do I take to get there? And to do that, you have to think, well, what form of nuclear decay modifies this particle so it turns into this one? And so there is absolutely a educational aspect to it, and I think I've had some kind reviews from a handful of people who've played it, and they've said they find it interesting to play around and an educational aspect, and it's dirt cheap, and by that I mean it's £3. You can find it on the Steam store if you're that interested, and you can take a look. And if you don't like it, you get, if you've less than 2 hours playtime, you can refund it, and I won't be too offended. I don't think it's too expensive, so if anyone is interested, you can go and take a look.
Yeah. No, I think three. So you say £3, yeah?
£3, yeah.
That's more than reasonable in today's age. Yeah,
I'm sure at some point it will go on sale, and you'll be able to get it for £1
in a Steam sale.
Yeah,
I was going to say £3. Well, that's about the cost of a Freddo, isn't it?
Well, these days,
nowadays. Yeah. So at the end of the round, at the end of the game, Nathan has scored a stellar 17 points.
Hey, I'm happy with that.
I think you're third last, which doesn't sound great, but it's still pretty good considering I've only done. You're the sixth person, so good.
I expect to struggle being a bit of a journeyman as I have been all over the place. There's nowhere I really know that well. You come back in 5-10 years' time and quiz me about Morley, and then I'll be able to help you because that's now where I live.
We'll do
If
another
anyone
one.
wants to come and knock on my door, please don't.
So thank you both for coming along today, and thank you to anyone listening at home. As always, please subscribe and follow us on the old social media. Thank you.